What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. So today I decided to throw up some World at War gameplay just to go ahead and showcase what a gorgeous game it truly was. For a simple World War II title, it had so much variety, amazing map designs, like the map you see here, Roundhouse, which I would say World at War as a whole is a perfect example that large maps were not always trash. Nowadays people only want to see small Nuketown style maps, but back in the day, we'll play on massive battlegrounds, with some of them held vehicles like you see on here, on 6v6 too, to be more specific, and you still find a ton of action. What happened to the Call of Duty we used to know? Why must we fight on a daily basis to try and get something back that we love so dearly? I just mentioned this in yesterday's video, but Halo Infinite is every COD player's dream right now. A game that completely revisits the past greats, while still keeping a fresh, unique tone to it. You know, is that too hard to ask for nowadays? Even Battlefield 2042, I think the biggest complaint is the specialists. Even though, I don't mind them too much, I think they're pretty cool. But everything else is exactly what fans were begging for. I still, to this day, don't understand where the majority of the hate, not including the specialist of course, come from. It feels like a mix of Battlefield 3 and 4, with more polished off movement and gunplay. I've listened to fans beg for years that this is what they wanted, including myself. And then here we are, and nobody wants this anymore? But down to the core, I think it's phenomenal, including the side mode Portal. We're going to be able to craft and code, yes, you heard me correctly, code exactly how we want the game to play and feel. Changing movement speed, vehicles, game modes, etc. So yeah, Battlefield 2042 is also in some type of way revisiting the past greats while still being unique. But why not Call of Duty? This year with Vanguard, the game has no innovation to make it stand out from the rest of the crowd. I mentioned multiple times in previous videos when I tested out the beta, of course, but I thought the game felt pretty good during the beta. I always said in my past commentaries that Modern Warfare fundamentally was phenomenal, with some of the best movement and gunplay I've ever had in a Call of Duty game. But literally everything else from the map design to no minimap made it completely unplayable for me. But Sledgehammer Games has listened to all of our requests and brought to us, in my eyes, seem to be a Modern Warfare reskin that takes place during World War II, while also removing all the awful aspects of Modern Warfare out of the game. I thought it felt and played great, but the game itself was so bland and basic that it makes me wonder, how long will we honestly play this game? How long can the community last after grinding ranks, battle passes, and camos? Will it be playable afterwards? Will we still have the same, addiction to make us come back for more? You see, when a game truly hooks me, it's when I can return to the title with no objective or progression in my mind. I just want to simply play the game. Yes, having camos and other side grinds make the playability of the game, go up by a million. And yes, I agree 100% these things are required in every single Call of Duty game. But a great COD game is one where you can finish these grinds and then come back to play hours on end, simply because a game is fun. But in order for a game to give me those vibes, it has to be different. It has to have something unique about it, while at the same time, I still enjoy that uniqueness. Because clearly if I don't enjoy the interesting new takes, that they make in the game, then I just won't play it at all. But Vanguard brings nothing to the table so far. It has all the content in the world, and it resolved all the problems from Modern Warfare. But what else is there to look forward to? It is simply just another Call of Duty game that we see year after year. Going back to my childhood, and when I first started off, playing Call of Duty games, just like you're watching right here, the hype for Call of Duty used to go just straight year round. And when the next title was either, rumored or pushed out there and we all knew what it was going to be, the hype just would not stop. People were ready for this game every last second, going up until the deadline of the title at midnight. I mean, shoot, you would see people lining up in front of GameStop hours ahead. I mean, they go in the beginning of the day and they won't even be able to get into GameStop until midnight, sitting out, camping out. It looks like Black Friday. But these used to be Call of Duty releases. And no longer do we see this stuff anymore. I mean, obviously, it's going to, happen because clearly the majority of the people just do digital copies of their games nowadays. It's very convenient, nobody wants to go out and sit out front of GameStop, God, I'll never do that ever again. It was fun during the time, of course. It was a blast during the time. I mean, our GameStops used to even run some tournaments outside where you'll get a free copy if you win the tournament. It was a lot of fun stuff that went on with Call of Duty that really added to my experience and probably my nostalgia that I'm having right now for the whole beginning cycle of this title. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that all the way up until the final moment until we could get our hands on the game, there was always some type of hype going around for it. But for these past few years, Call of Duty has lost every last bit of hype. The only hype that we really see around these games is around Warzone. But down to the core experience, Call of Duty Vanguard alone, there's nothing going on. You don't hear of anything. Nothing's going on in the gaming industry around Call of Duty Vanguard. Nobody's speaking of stuff. No leaks or any more rumors going out, or even the developers trying to build up the hype for the release of the game. Usually in your final week of progression, when you're pushing towards that final goal, you want to hype people up. Yes, obviously, the majority of the developers are working very hard, so they don't have time to go ahead and go out of their way to hype up this game. But they hire people specifically to do that. They have a marketing team for that exact reason, and nothing's happening. I actually saw a tweet over on Twitter, and also, if you guys don't follow me over there already, I highly suggest doing so, along with the rest of my socials that you can all find in the description of this video. But the GOAT402 Thunder put out a perfect tweet that sums up the current mood of the Call of Duty community. He said, 10 days before launch, don't worry guys, we won't take up too much of your hard drive space. Oh man, now I'm hyped. Man, I couldn't help but chuckle when I read this because it's so true. They released a little 5-second snippet of someone using a shotgun, and then they told us about the storage of Vanguard. And that is all the information that we have heard and will hear for weeks. Also, the majority of people out there who play COD probably don't even care about this news, because Modern Warfare and Cold War were so bad when it came to storage that the majority of us already went out and bought more memory so we can actually hold more than 3 games that we want to play, so we don't have to just play Call of Duty 24/7, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like Activision purposely set up those 2 games to make sure we couldn't store anything else on our consoles or PCs. So it doesn't even matter if they decrease the size of Vanguard, because now we all have 10 times the memory because of their past titles they put out. And the reason that they're not posting any important news is not because they're trying to hide anything or, it's a lack of things to talk about. It's just simply because there's no innovating things to talk about. If they were to talk about anything else in this game, it would be like, well, okay, cool, you already did that in Cold War. Oh, okay, cool, you already did that in Modern Warfare. There's nothing, anything mind-boggling. Like when Modern Warfare first came into the picture and they completely stripped out the minimap. That caused a lot of controversy. People loved it and a lot of people hated it. But at the end of the day, it was something that they could release that people would talk about and say, that's new, that's different. Whether I like it or not, let's talk about it. There's no engaging topics that they could possibly put out there with anything they're introducing into Vanguard, because we have already talked about it or played it in the past 2 to 3 years. And all of this is just a formula for a boring game. I actually went ahead and put out a poll the other day. I wanted to wait 1 full day just to make sure enough people had a chance to leave their vote, and we reached about 10,000 people altogether. 10% of the 10,000 people are pumped for the release of Vanguard. 34% of the 10,000 people are not that excited, like me personally. They don't think the game is garbage, but there is nothing about the game that is worth any excitement. A whopping 53% of the poll people here think it is trash and don't care at all, and a minor little 3% are only excited for Warzone, which 3% isn't bad because you must remember a lot of people who follow my channel aren't Battle Royale fans. So in a poll that I host, not many people will be encouraged to select that, but I wanted to make it an option anyways, just to add some variety. But this just shows, from my community personally, that Vanguard is on the tracks to failure. Even the search results for Vanguard are absolutely trash. Shockingly, Halo Infinite is way more searched than both Vanguard and Battlefield 2042, and also 2042 is more searched than Vanguard. The funny thing about that is Halo is months away, and more people are looking it up compared to a game that is only a week away. To me personally, I think that alone should just, be waving a massive red flag. But guys, I'm going to call it quits there for the commentary. Make sure you leave your opinions down below in the comment section on how you guys personally feel about Vanguard. Again, do you agree with the poll? Do you think that, the game is trash? Do you think it's meh, not that exciting? Or are you pumped for the release? Or once again, are you only in it for the Warzone experience? But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, bones, I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat me this two ways to do so. If you're in Discord, both those links are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streaming some video games I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.